She screamed the moment she walked into the gallery, a raw, guttural sound that echoed off white walls and polished concrete like an animal being gutted. "Who did this?" she shrieked. Cameras clicked. Guests turned. Whispers bloomed like wildfire. I didn't move. I just watched her stare at her own face, sculpted in warped steel and shattered mirrors, hanging at the center of an exhibition titled Matriarch. Beneath the piece, a plaque, one line: "What's loved by one can still be discarded by another." 9 days earlier, I found my daughter's sculpture in a garbage bin beside the garage, broken in half, tossed like kitchen waste, still wrapped in the ribbon she'd tied around it the night before. 7 months she'd worked on that piece, every night after class, fingers blistered, nails chipped, eyes red with effort. She'd called it Everrise, said it was about my mother, her grandmother, a woman she admired more than anyone alive. I didn't say anything when I pulled it out of the bin, didn't gasp, didn't yell. I just stared at the wreckage, then turned and walked inside. My mother, Camille, sat in the living room sipping imported tea like she'd just hosted royalty. "Why?" I asked, calm. She didn't even look at me. "It was ugly," she said, waving a dismissive hand. "Clutter. I don't like clutter." She set her cup down on a porcelain saucer that probably cost more than my daughter's car. "She's sensitive," she added. "Don't tell her." I didn't. I didn't say a single word. I just nodded. And something in me went very, very still. I used to worship that woman. When I was little, I thought she was made of marble, untouchable, regal. She demanded perfection, so I gave it. Straight A's, piano recitals, never argued, never cried in public. She taught me silence was strength. But that night, in the dim kitchen light, staring at that sculpture in pieces, I realized silence wasn't strength. Silence was compliance. And I had complied long enough. The next morning, I made 2 phone calls. One to the gallery curator I'd worked with before I had kids. The other to my daughter's favorite professor at the Art Institute. Then I spent the next 9 days doing what my mother never thought I was capable of, building something louder than silence. The gallery event was invite only, but my mother was the guest of honor. I sent her a custom invitation in a gold-trimmed envelope, told her it was a charity exhibit, exclusive, high society. She loves exclusive. The room was full by 6 p.m. Wine poured, flashbulbs flickered, people whispered about the centerpiece still under black velvet. Camille floated in wearing diamonds and smugness. She kissed cheeks, laughed too loudly, told someone nearby how proud she was of my daughter. I kept my distance. At 6:42, the lights dimmed. The curator took the mic and introduced the featured artist, my daughter. The applause was loud, real. She walked on stage, cheeks flushed but posture tall, confident, beautiful. Then she turned to the sculpture and pulled the velvet down. Gasps. My mother leaned forward, curious. Then she saw it. Her face. Rendered in twisted iron. Cold, fragmented, framed by real photos. Family portraits sliced into strips and reassembled like a collage of dysfunction. And at the base, welded into the steel, the broken pieces of Everrise. At first, she didn't move, just stared, like her brain was still buffering. Then she read the plaque. Her mouth dropped. Her eyes shot to me. I didn't blink, didn't smile, didn't need to, because she knew. She knew exactly what this was. Not public humiliation, not art. Reckoning. She marched forward, ready to demand answers, but the professor stepped between her and the sculpture. "This is the artist's truth," he said quietly, "and it's not up for negotiation." My daughter stood beside him, chin lifted. My mother looked at me one last time. "How dare you?" I held her gaze, steady and sharp. "You taught me to be strong," I said. You just never thought I'd use it on you." She left in a whirlwind of perfume and fury. I didn't follow. The applause after she exited was polite, but layered. People get it, even if they pretend they don't. Not everyone survives mothers like mine, but some of us learn to out-create them. Later that night, my daughter sat beside me on our balcony, quiet, peaceful. "Was it too much?" she asked. I shook my head. It was true. She looked down at her hands, still calloused from the work, still healing. "She threw it out like it meant nothing," she whispered. "She did," I said, "and now everyone knows." My mother hasn't spoken to us since. She tried to call my daughter once. It went to voicemail. Then she tried a public statement, some half-hearted attempt to say she supports artistic expression, but no one bought it.